Riot recently buffed ISO and made him so good that they had to nerf him instantly, which got me wondering, which Valorant changes were the most broken? I've been playing Valorant for a long time, and here's my list of the top 5 most broken changes in Valorant. But before we get to the list, I want to give an honorable mention to the Valorant beta, because that entire time frame of Valorant could be enough for its own video. It was super buggy and almost everything from maps to agents was broken in a way. So yeah, there was a reason why it was called the beta. So without further ado, here's my list. At number 5, we've got ranks displayed in game. So believe it or not, back then, you were actually able to see people's ranks in agent select without the need of a third-party source. But the reason why I put this on the list is because when you got into a game, you were able to see everyone's ranks. That's right, even the enemies too. So just imagine being the highest rank and bottom frag. On screen are a couple of screenshots that I took way back then, and just seeing this is giving me a lot of nostalgia. But in patch 2.04, Riot decided that it was pretty toxic, so they had to remove it. And while I think it is a good change, I actually kind of miss it. So maybe Riot can implement a feature where you can show it off, or you can hide it if you wanted to. At number 4, we've got the Aries in patch 4.0. So in patch 4.0, Riot decided to buff the Aries by removing the spin up and increase the fire rate from 10 to 13, so that it would be a little more viable to buy during rounds where you couldn't afford a Vandal or a Phantom. But it was a little bit too viable.
What is this gun? What the fuck is this? Wait, this has to be hotfixed.
It's my low-key to say. Damn. Come on, brother. Dude, if it has silent footsteps on that guy. What?
Oh my!
Didn't even
I can't. I think backside.
Oh my god. Looking us. One more. Wait, this gun is insane. What the fuck?
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
Bro,
wait. This gun is insane, dude.
Not only did it cost 1,550 credits, which was cheaper than a Spectre, it was a straight laser beam. And since it was so good and cheap, the eco was completely fucked, meaning you pretty much had a full buy every time after pistol, since you were only using the Aries. But this Aries buff wouldn't last long, since it got patched almost instantly, and has remained pretty much untouched since then. This had to go on the list because even though I was dying from places that I didn't even know were wallbangable, I had to admit, seeing people use a different gun other than the Vandal or a Phantom was sort of fun. And if you didn't get baited into buying an Aries skin during this time, you know what? Give yourself a little pat on the back. At number 3, you've guessed it, patch 8.11 ISO. Man, who would have thought from seeing all those duelist changes that this small new mechanic made ISO into a complete monster. So if you haven't been playing recently, ISO can now grant himself a shield by using his ability while still being able to get one after getting a kill. This itself was a great change, but the reason why I thought he was so broken is because once you got 2 kills, you could reactivate the ability to give yourself another shield. You were pretty much a running juggernaut.
I think I'm last. Wait. They're both there. How OP it?
How OP?
How OP is?
How OP?
Wait. Wait, is that not OP?
And to prove to you how broken it was, just look at this game where I was completely shitting myself and still performed in the end because I was playing ISO.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
No.
Contract complete.
One enemy remaining.
Making cover.
Wow.
And like I said in the beginning, ISO did receive a nerf where the duration of his double tap has been decreased, as well as the removal of the 2-kill shield refresh mechanic. But do I think he's still gonna be good though? Yes.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Why? Because I think the problem with ISO now is because he gets a free shield every single round, and fighting a person who can block a headshot in a game where headshots kill with 1 bullet every single round isn't necessarily a healthy mechanic to begin with. But obviously, I don't work for Riot, so let's just sit back and see what they're cooking with ISO. At number 2, we've got Astra on release. Astra on release was probably the most frustrating thing to play against. She was viable on every single map, had a monster pick rate in pro play, and let's not forget 5 stars. The meta pretty much revolved around Astra. And if that wasn't good enough for you, she was basically a controller who could do everything that you needed. From stalling pushes, post plans, and helping your team get on site, playing against one in ranked was complete torture.
They have to retake this 3v4 now. They have 2 ults available. They have the lockdown, and there comes the Cosmic Divide as well.
Perfect combo!
It's the Dutch oven. They put them inside there, and the heat is turning up. They have to push outside if they want to get away from this lockdown. There's a tiny little corner in Boathouse, but they're going to have to push through here. They use the smokes to try and gain themselves some space. Punks comes through, finds the first onto Sneaky. They're all standing still. There's nothing they can do.
Oh my god!
What's he got in mind for it? There's the plan. Pulls Zumba a little closer. 5k still just fine. Toms needs to find this. It's such a tricky post-plant position to defuse. High angle, low angle. He's trying to clear all the other potentials, and now he's decided, right, this has to be it. This is where they're going to be. I'm still going to try and get that. Whoa!
No way, Zoms!
That spray couldn't have been better.
And I think this was the start of the double controller meta, which shaped a lot of new comps in exchange for a slower and, in my opinion, kind of boring pace. But after numerous nerfs to her kit, she became one of the most least picked agents in the game, which, you know, sucks. But I think she'll see a comeback once Riot realizes they gutted her too hard.
Be careful here, E-Dog.
Oh!
There's no easy
Oh!
way to get out.
Oh!
I can.
Yellow box, and Ye's not finding too much with the tour de force in hand. Ooh, as I see that! What is this? What is this from here?
From that push from Stanton. And the DPS is getting stolen.
Whoa!
What is that from B-Dog? And A's out of the woods aggressively.
But there it is, that's what you needed. He plays ahead of the timing, finds less, but there's a player close by, and he's still doing it. He has to be the protagonist in this story.
Zanuck reloading! What?
Zanuck completely unaware, and yay, this 3 could be on for the ace if he gets the timing right. He knows it, he reads it like a book. Yay is an animal in these moments. Just one more, and it looks so good with Yay.
But Yumpy's better. Soon as the cage goes down, Forsaken follows too. The Lear out and Yumpy gets the 3rd. The 4th right before him and he lands it!
I mean, come on, who did you think it was gonna be? Brimstone? Prime Chamber was like going to your first boxing match and seeing Mike Tyson was your sparring partner. He was one of the most picked agents and was super dominant in both ranked and pro play. And just like Astra, he completely changed the meta, creating teams centered around him, which to me just shows how broken he was. The fact that he could get a pick on your teammate and teleport across the map was terrifying enough. And don't even get me started on his ult, which shot super fast. Like getting ready for the round and seeing Chamber have ult is actually an old Valorant player's PTSD. Also, something that I found really funny was that when they first nerfed him, they only nerfed his trademark, which, you know, definitely was the problem, sure. But like every broken thing in Valorant, Chamber received a number of nerfs, which led to his downfall from the top while still being somewhat viable in today's game, but definitely a shell of his former self. That's it for this video. Sorry it wasn't a 10-hour challenge, but I sort of gave up halfway because I was super annoyed playing against ISO every single damn game, which kind of led to this video. But aside from that, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's my first time doing a sort of ranking video, and if you liked it, let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Subscribe.